Acheron, the infernal battlefield. This is a plane of eternal conflict, armies, open warfare, and where might makes right. Great metal cubes, some as large as continents, float through a haze of gray smoke, clashing up against one another. Atop them are hordes of creatures devoted solely to blood and violence, vying for ultimate combat supremacy. One particular cube is home to the vicious and deadly Coliseum of the Damned. And our hero, the Mindflayer Vortextrian, has just been unwittingly transported to its savage halls. Will he be able to overcome the suffering, pain, loss, and death that is the creed of Acheron? Green Garb presents Planescape Wildcards, Adventures in Acheron. Get ready for Vortex. You step out of the portal after having just drawn your death card from the deck of many things, and you're immediately greeted by harsh, bright, magical spotlights. They train upon you, and your eyes adjust after a moment, and you take note of the blood-red sky above you, with cubes of metal littering the sky like brutal iron stars, and you hear screams of armies and battles in the far distance as the stench of iron and blood suffuses your senses. You know from your studies this is Avalas, the first layer of Acheron, and you seem to be in a massive arena built from dark, weathered, cold, and iron, adorned with sculptures of fierce warriors and monstrous beasts locked in eternal conflict. Above you is a tiered seating that rises steeply, with warlike denizens chanting over and over for blood and mortal combat. The lights move off of you for a moment.
Well, this is interesting. Where are my compatriots?
The compatriots are not with you. Maybe they took a different portal, or maybe something else happened. You're unsure.
How is this possible?
And as you ponder your situation, the spotlights turn to high above, to a diamond and glass-covered VIP booth. An Ultraloth appears, this faceless human with bulbous ovoid eyes that look like opals, very slender and tall, mottled dark green skin, and they are wearing this kind of high-collared golden cloak, golden boots, and just a golden Speedo. That's it. And the crowd are just cheering towards this individual. Kamala Khan! Kamala Khan! Kamala Khan! And this individual just begins flexing.
Well, if they shall have it be that I am to fight, then I shall fight.
And your voice kind of rings through the arena, magically propelled, and there's a hush that falls over the crowd. And this individual looks down at you and nods, and then turns his attention to the rest of the Coliseum. Distinguished guests, warriors and warlords, vicious denizens of Acheron, and uninitiated arrivals, welcome once again to the grand spectacle that is the Coliseum of the Damned. Today, right here in my infernal battlefield, champions will be born from the darkest corners of the multiverse. Witness their feats of brutal strength, cunning tactics as they vie not just for victory, but for survival itself. For in the Coliseum, there's but one rule: emerge victorious or fall eternally. There's just hollering. Let's meet our first Doomseeker, shall we? Gladiator, if you will. Introduce yourself, my dear Mindflayer. Rile up the crowd. Show us your power.
I am Vortextrian, Vortex, and I will destroy anyone that you put in my way. I am a freedom fighter. I have the intellect and strength to free myself from an illicit colony. Something few before me have ever accomplished. Do your worst. And I shoot out a ray of firebolts.
As you shoot it out, are you aiming for anything in particular, or is it just kind of flying?
No, they're just flying.
You hit some, there's a lot of goblins and orcs in this area. You kind of hit a couple, and they get instantly blown up, and there's a wild cheering for your display of power. And and then they begin to applaud, and then this Ultraloth as well, who goes by Kamal Al Khan, begins to clap slowly at your display. Well, you're a lucky one. Because today we have a special guest who might just go up with your talent and power and is elected to fight against you in particular. Yes, that is the Avatar of Death. And around the arena, carrion birds begin to congregate and wickedly meld into this dark creature that just rises up 20 feet above you. And it's a winged Grim Reaper with a giant sword wreathed in flames, a red halo above its skeletal face, as its tattered robes just shudder ominously in the sulfuric winds of Acheron. The crowd kind of gets in terror, just kind of stunned for a moment as it points its sword towards you.
Well, shit.
And there's just a lot of suddenly now applause, like a roar of applause, and this Grim Reaper, this Avatar of Death, says, "I am Death, taker of souls, champion of the Coliseum of the damned," and puts his sword kind of off to the side in like a pose ready for battle.
Isn't it normal to sort of start with a bit of a warm-up in these situations?
And there's a laugh from the crowd as your voice is, it's almost like you have a microphone on. And Yoshalath goes up and says, "Prepare yourselves, for now begins the ultimate trial by fire. Let the mortal combat commence!" And roll initiative, Vortextrian.
That is going to be a 15.
15? Okay. That's 11 plus. Okay, yep, you go first.
Okay.
So the Avatar of Death just waits there, kind of hovering.
Well, I hate to blow my load right away, but I summon the newly channeled power that lives within me, and I extend a finger towards death.
Are you using Finger of Death on Death?
Yeah.
So you begin to manifest a necrotic energy that comes with that came with the power of the card, and it lights up. It's just like a single ray of like infinite power that shoots out, and goes like right through his head, and then there's a large like explosion of green light, and you can't see for a moment, and the crowd doesn't know what happened. Then as it dissipates, you see that this Avatar of Death is immune to necrotic damage. So. Any bonus action?
Well.
Just cackle.
No.
Okay. The Mindflayer, the Avatar of Death, then kind of flourishes its enormous flaming red great sword that's larger than your body, and it is. What's your total hit points?
That would be 41.
So the sword comes down and it cuts right through your neck, and at the same time cauterizing it, and slices your head clean off. Your head just kind of flies out, and the crowd, you begin to lose consciousness as the crowd. You hear just all this joyous applause at the bloodshed. And your head just tumbles through the air and falls.
Shit.
And it's just your head just, oh shit! As it dips into, like the river Styx goes through Acheron to a different place, and it just falls into one of the streams that goes through the Coliseum river Styx, and you lose consciousness completely. But suddenly out of nowhere, you can see again as your head is plucked out of this, what looks to be, you can see, you have like your vision is sort of vignetted a little bit, and you feel very odd, but somehow still alive, still breathing. Obviously you still have your brain, and you're plucked out of this kind of flowing river. And who's looking at you is another Mindflayer who has a very lithe and fresh frame. It's unusual pinkish hue to their skin. They're wearing a long black robe and matching boots with a high collar. And they have this incredible psychic power that emanates from them. You can't even begin to pretend to resist. And they just stare at you. Looks like I caught you just in time. Vortex, is it?
Who are you?
Good question. Just call me the King of Diamonds. And he turns your head around. Welcome to my humble garden, which is soon to bear ripe fruit. And he takes you around, and it looks like it's a dark orchard that is completely blackened and withered. And all the fruit is also blackened and withered, but it seems to be growing. The sun itself in the horizon is a continual kind of reddish-black eclipse. And at the far end of this orchard, quote-unquote, is a twisted tower that rises up, and there looks to be like a throne resting at the top. And he turns you back. Do you like what you see?
I didn't think I would see ever again.
Of course, and normally, upon death, we Mindflayers, soulless creatures they believe us to be, well, we would be gone for good. But yours is a special case, because your head and thus brain remains intact. So perhaps you would go to Hades, with the mortals to the City of Judgment, to become a petitioner. Maybe you'd end up as a lowly servant of the holy gods of Celestia, the vile gods of the Abyss. Who's to say? But I can offer you an alternative.
What is that?
I have a body for you. He snaps his fingers and turns your head around. And you see what looks like a spirit host. It just appears from the ground. It's headless, completely. Just the perfect specimen, prepared in such a way that it can accept what remains of an illithid. With it, you could live as a half-illithid, grow strong enough to overcome your avatar of death, and continue on your journey.
Impossible. What's the catch?
Oh, the catch. There always is a catch, isn't there? I'll put it to you this way. All I ask is a mere pact. I am the King of Diamonds, and you would be my ace.
Well, it doesn't seem that I have much of a choice, does it?
No, unless you want to be a servant or some other pointless being.
Very well. I will choose to continue on. For my comrades. For those who chained me with their intellectual binds. For I will avenge myself and the many others who are slaves to the Elder Brain.
Bravo. I like you, Vortex. Well, keep that fire and that passion, because one day I'll have an obligation that you will be by my side to, let's say, deal with this greatest of evil that's manifesting. You've seen its powers.
Yes?
Yes.
You are familiar then with the shards?
Yes, I am.
What are they?
Ah, the shards. They come from the far realms. Ah, home, Vortextrian.
Of course.
And you feel the same energy from the shard, like that aberrant kind of far realm energy, kind of suffusing this whole place. But it doesn't seem unnatural to you.
I'm not terribly surprised. I had a feeling.
Yes. Well, I want you to keep that sense of independence. You're a freedom fighter. And we will speak more on the occasion that suits us both. Now, are you ready to receive your new body?
I believe I am.
The shard, as it is lodged in your head, will stay part of you, but you will change into something more humanoid.
Very well. I know nothing of my time before Metamorphosis.
Yes,
Once you become a part of the hive, everything vanishes. And the history of the hive is all that you know.
Isn't that the truth? Maybe you and I can see to that at some point. Are you ready?
I believe I am.
Here we go. He takes your head, and that spirit host that's headless plops you on. Now, it begins. He puts up his hand, shoots some lightning from it, and there's a bright flash of light. Then the light recedes. And Vortex, you look down and your body is whole. You are now a spirit host, humanoid, half illithid.
This feels strange. Why is my mouth moving?
You will be able to regain some of your illithid powers, but over time as you learn to control your body. Frankly, I wasn't even sure that would work, but well, these boots really have seen everything.
You're telling me this now?
Now, it's a risk we all take for power.
Certainly.
Now then, I will be your sponsor for the Coliseum of the Damned. I have certain connections, so in a day or so I'll be able to fast track you through the ranks of the Coliseum, a boss rush if you will. For now, I will place you in a personal barracks in a training center below the Coliseum, and you will have the retired boxing champion and planar athlete, Fistbeard make beard fist, be your personal trainer.
He sounds like a smart guy.
They call him Brock. No, he's not very smart, but he is an incredible champion that will train you to defeat death. Once you do, we can continue our chats. But if you do not, well, you'll lose your body once again, and maybe no one will pick you up.
Very well, I know what I agreed to.
And then this Mindflayer just begins to kind of levitate off the ground. Very well. Until next time, Vortex, I'll be watching in the arena. Do not disappoint me. And then the eclipse begins to go away, like the sun begins to appear, and there's a flash of light. And you are transported immediately with a blink. I mean, you feel quite exhausted. You're trying to adjust like a whole new body. So I'm going to give you 5 levels of exhaustion.
Oh my.
And you look to be in some kind of like a training facility. There's all sorts of like gym equipment and training, informational guides, everything around here. And in front of you is a dwarf. He's on the short side, even for the dwarf, maybe under 4 feet tall, stocky, has a broad chest and muscular arms, probably like hundreds of years of training. His skin is brown and tanned and rough. He's got gray hair and a ponytail. It's so long. It's kind of like tied up and goes all the way almost to the floor, and it's kind of like has dwarven ceremonial braids up and down it. He's got this weather championship belt, and he looks at you and shakes his head. Unbelievable. And this is what they sent me? How am I going to make steel out of glass?
Hello, my name is Vortex, and I sort of go to like extend a hand, but it just...
My goodness, you're greener than spring grass, lad. He grabs your hand and kind of like pushes you really hard. Good, that's what I want to hear.
Ow.
They call me Rock.
Nice to meet you, The Rock.
Just Rock. Well, I've been paid a very fair share of some, I should say, to forge warriors. Tell me, Vortex, do you have what it takes to survive the Coliseum of the Damned?
I have mental prowess, not like you've never seen.
Louder! Louder, lad!
I have mental prowess like you've never seen.
It's pathetic, but we'll take it for now. Now, take this, and he hands you a rune. Come on, lad, take it, it'll help you.
Okay.
With this, it has a symbol of Acheron on it. Acheron has special bloodlust powers that we can manifest, channel through you as you train and make your way to the Coliseum. Make you stronger, help you get through. I heard you're going to fight the champion.
Yes, I already faced him.
I saw. It was quite funny.
Yes, he lobbed my head right off of my body.
He tries to not laugh. Well, we're going to make sure it doesn't happen again.
You truly believe that I will be able to best this foe?
Absolutely not, lad. But we can sure as hell try. Training. Morning. Training late morning. Training afternoon. Training late afternoon. Training early evening. Training late evening. Training after hours. Training overnight. No sleep. Just train. And you have a 1% chance. Maybe 2.
Your overwhelming sense of confidence truly inspires me.
Listen, I have trained the best. And the brightest. Not the brightest, but definitely the strongest. We're going to make sure you make it to the Coliseum of the Damned.
Very well.
You look it's almost like you have a new body. It's very strange.
I do have a new body. We've been over this.
Well, I take a lot of blows to the head, so if you excuse me, let's get to it. You got 24 hours.
Everything hurts and moves.
Pain leaving the
Why
body.
does it all
Good thing.
move?
I don't fucking know. But it's time to train. You figure that out.
Certainly.
All right.
Onward.
The only easy day of the Coliseum was yesterday. Remember that.
Certainly.
All right.
Mr. Rock.
Of course. And you take a moment and like you want to survey like the training area.
Sure.
It's very dimly lit. It's like there's like dark stone and rough-hewn caverns, and there's the floor is like a mix of there's like sand and gravel. There's weapon racks everywhere. There's areas marked out for different types of training. There's like a sparring ring, heavy punching bags. There's a target range. It's actually pretty cool. Like there's crew dummies everywhere, armored mannequins. So
Indeed. Well,
I say it's a pleasure to meet you, but I'll maybe really say that until you don't die.
thanks.
Maybe we can share some dwarven ale.
Ale sounds lovely.
All right, come on, show me your grit. Let's get started.
Okay.
Then we can sleep after. Are you ready for the training?
Let's do it. Ow. Ow.
It's gonna be a hard one. But the Rock can do it. If my name isn't Fistbeard McFistbeard, McBeardfist.
I thought your name was The Rock.
It is, but that's just a nickname.
Because Fistbeard Fist?
Fistbeard McBeardfist.
McBeardfist. Okay, sure.
Family name. Okay. All right. Then he kind of makes himself eager and ready, and then has you come over to
I
like
feel so spry.
come on, lass, get it off of you. And he just slaps you a little bit. You move over, so you have 5 levels of exhaustion. And then once we're done, we're gonna get. So as we train, as Vortex defeats enemies in the Coliseum, he's gonna get bloodlust points, which you can use to get rid of his exhaustion and build up his powers as well. So the first training. So Rock takes you to an area there that's kind of like a physical training, like warm-up area. We're stretching, some light jogging, and he kind of has you go to it. So what I'm gonna have you do is roll your different attributes depending on what you're doing with proficiency. So it's that simple. All right, so as you...
-5 for each
-5
level of exhaustion.
for every level of exhaustion. We're using
yes.
the 1 D&D rules for exhaustion,
Yes.
so it'll be -5. All right, so the first thing is warp and stretches is going to be pretty easy. It's going to be your dex. So your dex mod plus proficiency minus any exhaustion.
Plus 20.
Oh, yeah, with the d20. Yes.
Okay.
So DC's going to be 10 for this. Pretty easy.
Fuck.
What'd you get?
Critical fail.
Oh, fantastic. So you're doing, like, even the stretches, you can't even, like, your body moves the wrong way. Like, you're telling your mind's telling your body to, like, stretch, like, your arm and your legs going up. And McBeardfist is just trying to, like, really, like, grab your legs, kind of push you forward and kind of do the stretches a little bit for you.
Ow!
As you do this kind of training montage has begun. And, okay, you're going to get 1 bloodlust point for your stretching.
Okay.
So keep a track of those, and then I'll put up a list of what you can purchase that, quote unquote. So then you do a little bit of light jogging, and that takes away the morning session. So the midday is going to begin, where Rock is going to just have, because you're still kind of recovering, you're talking about your mental fortitude, you're going to do kind of just discussion analysis. So he's going to sit you down on a bench and put up like a scry screen, and you're going to see like a review of, like, he's going to talk about like past fights in the Coliseum. He's going to tell you it's like tactics some of these different enemy groups use, and sort of planning future strategy. So give me with int this time, int plus proficiency.
Well, that's going to be a whopping 8.
8? Okay, you're closer this time. So you're kind of still kind of woozy, like you have 24 hours to train before your first Coliseum fight. He's just saying all these advanced like terms for Coliseum and like gladiatorial combat. You didn't take this class in school, so all right. You're gonna get 1 point, another bloodlust point. Okay, it's the afternoon session next. You got magical training and mind strengthening. So you're going to try to do some like weave control. So it's something you're probably decent at. We're going to use int again. So even though he's a boxing, he's trained all sorts of champions and athletes for different types of sports. Some magical, some physical, so.
Doing great.
Yeah?
It's going to be an 11.
Oh, okay. So you seem to be able to still manifest some of that war mage energy. It's very impotent, but you fire off some of your bolts and stuff, and he's he's looking a little upset, but it looks like they paid him pretty well to deal with you, so you're going to get 2 BP for that.
Oh, yeah.
You're feeling a little more limber. You get some kind of some kind of dwarven grub throughout the day. It's not very good. It's like, grits kind of situation, but they're very hardy and powerful. Evening comes around where there's no light or anything, but you assume at this time it's probably evening. And there's going to have just a bit of a cool down in this case, right? Just kind of gentle stretching, some slow pace like weapon forms to relax muscle memory. So you get your shovel out.
Oh no, where's my shovel?
All right. You're doing good, lad. I kind of wasn't expecting you to be this good. So go ahead and give me dex for that. And even though you still have your negatives, I'll give you advantage on this one. Okay. It's kind of like cool down thing, so it's pretty easy to get into the rhythm.
19.
19? Good. So 2 more BP for this evening recovery.
My mind is strong. My body is strong.
All right. Good day of training. Here, take some of this, and it's a dwarven like drink of some kind, like a dwarven protein drink. It tastes like stones, essentially. You swallow it down. The after part is not as fun, but going down is tolerable. So I'm going to give you 2 more BP for the day. Okay. So now, the training montage for this day has concluded, and here is what you can purchase with your bloodlust points. So we're going to take a moment to decide and be right back. Okay, so the BP has been spent. What did you end up choosing, Vortex?
Well, I'm not feeling so tired anymore. So I got rid of all my exhaustion, and then I took a 1.5 times to my hit points. So I'm feeling strong.
All right, so the bloodless energy kind of seeps in from the arena, from Acheron itself. You take 5 levels of grit, so all the exhaustion's gone from his new body. And you've got the 1.5 times from the fortitude, the first of 3 on those. And you can take some of these multiple times. They don't stack, but you get each level as you progress.
Excellent.
So, yeah. And some are single, some are double. So that's it. Alrighty. If you want to pause, I'll maybe put this in the description too. You can use it for your group if you'd like to go to Acheron and do some Coliseum combat or general combat. So, okay.
General combat.
And then the rock comes towards you. You did good.
Up, Rock?
You did good, lad. I'm actually quite surprised.
Thank you.
Now, you need to rest. Coliseum fights begin at 7 in the morning. We'll do some training before you start.
I'm ready.
All right, head to your sleeping quarters then. See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Training montage! Okay. So, Rock just does a bow and heads over. There's like it's like a bunker area, like a barracks area almost.
Yeah.
He points you towards your sleeping quarters. It's a short walk away. You pass through some stone archways. And you have a bunk that, there's like 2 bunks, but you obviously only need 1. Unless you want to do something about it. It's a thin mattress, pretty rough, but with a heavy kind of scratchy blanket. But that's it. It's what you got.
That'll do. I'm not one who's used to comfort. Back in the hive, it was just a big gooey pod of goo.
Pod of goo.
Yeah.
And to go to sleep? All right. You go to sleep and you have some unusual dreams. There's like, you feel like you have like sort of like phantom pains, or remember stuff from maybe what this body might have been or was, if it ever was anything. But you will get a long rest because you're so exhausted. You sleep. You wake up in the morning to you can kind of hear the Coliseum above you, already getting a lot of like action. There's stomping and lots of sounds as you assume that people are getting ready for the day and crowds are being let in. And then already above you is Rock.
Rock!
Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Like a baby.
You don't want to be a baby? You want to be a fighter? You want to be a man? Come on.
I slept hard.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
Like
Now-
a rock.
Now get up. All right. That's inspiration. Next time I'll show you my fights. And he puts his hand out to you. All right. And he pulls you up, but he actually does it kind of more gentle this time. It looks like he's warming up to you pretty quickly. Or maybe he's just being paid very well.
Don't care.
All right. Your first opponents will be the army of Maglubiet.
Maglubiet.
Yes, goblins, a large part of the forces of Acheron.
Fabulous.
Yeah. They, most of them dwell in the Great Iron Cube of Clangor, but they're pretty ferocious. Lots of different warriors are going to fight today. Maybe some archers, some spellcasters, some melee, the whole bit.
Bring him on, Rock.
All right. Well, I won't be cheering you. Well, because I got more to train here, but...
Oh, I thought you were going to say because you had money on the goblins. It's okay if you do.
You're funny. Just a little bit. I won't lie. All right. Good luck out there, Vortextrian.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I get that wrong? Vortextrian. I hope you survive, because I got a lot of money riding on this. The training, I mean.
Certainly.
All right, and he... Up the hall to the left. You're up first. You got fast track to everything. First fights. All ranking.
Fabulous. I'm ready.
I'm glad to hear it.
Ish.
No. Say it with me. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Louder.
I'm ready!
I love it. Let's go fight some goblins.
Yeah!
Fucking goblins. He just walks off. Vortextrian, you make your way from the barracks underneath the training area to the top of the arena in the Coliseum. You're quickly escorted by some fierce hobgoblin warriors onto the arena itself, because you got first VIP fight of the day. And in front of you, already waiting, are 5 goblins. We have a goblin leader, a sword master, a sorcerer, a ranger, and a rogue. And they kind of go as you approach.
I'll warn you all, I have an ace up my sleeves. The ace of spades.
And the crowd goes, because they just like are here for the blood and the violence. And the goblins go, and as you're getting ready, the VIP area up top again opens up in the spotlight, and Kamal Khan steps forward. Welcome once again. Today we have returning Vortex, our Mindflayer, but now half Illithid, is it?
It's none of your goddamn business.
Oh, very nice. A fiery one once again. And I think your sponsor is over in that booth there.
That's the Rock.
And it's it's not. It's actually the King of Diamonds, who's steps forward and steps back and sits down and nods. And then the glass in front of it goes very dark. And on the other side, the army of Maglubiet. These hobgoblins and goblins fight in chaotic but overwhelming numbers, using simple tactics but brute force. They're fiercely loyal to their gods and will fight with zeal and determination. Are you both ready?
Again, I say, you're goddamn right.
Let the mortal combat begin! And there's like some dark fireworks. And the crowd goes, blood and violence, blood and violence. Okay, we have initiatives locked down, and the goblins of Maglubiet are going to, the warrior and the sorcerer are going to go first. And you hear as these goblins begin to kind of rally themselves, you hear, your heads will be decorated on our spikes by nightfall. And they charge forward. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He cannot reach you. He rushes forward, and then this sword master goes out and throws like a dagger at you, which you just kind of like magically shunt off. He goes, and the mage.
Maybe if your legs were a little longer.
Fuck you! The mage is going to step off to the side, runs off, and is going to fire a cantrip at you, a firebolt. That is a hit. So it goes from my goblin. That's 13 points of fire damage. And we are tracking Vortex's hit points, so you can see how much he's got left. Okay, that's it. So you are up.
Okay, well, I am going to charge up my, let's see here. I'm going to charge up my ace of spades. And I'm going to run forward towards the goblin right in front of me.
Okay.
I wreathe green flame.
Okay.
I wreathe...
Green flame blade?
Yes.
Okay.
Wreathe the green flame around my spade.
Okay.
And I am going to swing.
All right.
At his little face.
Goes,
That's going to be a 22 to hit.
oh, you contact.
The flame wreathes around him, and he's going to take a total of...
Shovel comes down.
24...
Oh, okay, this goblin is done.
24 damage.
Yeah, you just splat him. You splat him like all the way to the ground. Like comically, it just explodes in goblin guts off to the sides.
And then I start digging.
Okay, well, the goblins, seeing your display of power, I'm going to have them do like a morale check, essentially, which they make. So, Maglubiet guides us! And this goblin is... And the crowd goes wild. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat! All right, what else?
Well, I'm going to... Don't really have any bonus actions, so that will be my turn.
Your card draw or your card usage?
Oh, yeah, well, that would just be additional damage.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're good this turn.
So
Okay, just keep it for next turn?
Yeah, I'll save it for next turn.
Okay. Well, now the other three goblins are going to go. The rogue 10, 15, 20, can reach you. Rogue kind of rushes forward, low, kind of stealthily, but you can obviously see him. Although he will use his bonus action to hide, so you need to give me a perception roll.
That is going to be a 8. Sorry.
8? Okay. So as you're busy looking at all the different goblin combatants here and the roar of the crowd, the goblin kind of gets out of your sight. And the next thing you see is just a dagger coming to your side, which just misses. It's, And the goblin kind of looks up at you, and that's that goblin's turn. So the archer is also going to run back, is back, and let loose some arrows upon you, Vortex. Okay, arrows. He's trying his best not to hit his little comrade, so arrows are just plunking off to your side. You don't have to do anything to even stop them. Then it looks like this leader does a rallying cry. Magoobliet laughs at your skills and just rushes forward, which you can get right. Oh no, you also can't. No, you move forward. Yeah, get right to here. 30 feet. So, and he comes down with a serrated goblin greatsword, which unfortunately, so it comes down and you're just kind of recovering. You're digging, and you see the sword come down as he rushes forward, and you're able to kind of like parry his sword with your spade. So that's their turns. Back to the top. It's still more goblins.
More goblins.
More goblins that, surrounding you. So you took down the one, and the spellcaster now is going to go. So, all right, the spellcaster will just continue to lob fire bolts, which also miss. So you're just surrounded by goblins.
Dive out of the way.
You dive out of the way. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's your turn.
Excellent. Well, I am going to I'm going to summon lightning around my Ace of Spades.
Okay.
As I cast Arc Blade and go in with a wide sweep right across the chest.
Okay.
That is going to be a 21 to hit.
That's a hit.
So that will be a total of... I'm going to use my bonus action to play to play a pair, which will increase my damage by 2.
Oh my gosh.
So that's going to be 10, 17, 18, 19 damage.
To which one? The leader?
The leader.
Okay.
And then we're going to have 1 extra damage will jump as the lightning courses through him and lurches over to the left.
Okay. This was a leader who was, praising Magoobliet, and then you just thwack him, he just goes down. Just curdling blood, and he's out. And how much lightning to the rogue?
Just 1 damage.
Didn't you also add your +5?
No.
No? Okay. All right, so you just zapped a little bit. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, yes, I'm going to draw more cards.
Ooh, okay. Just 2 from the top.
Uh-oh, spaghettis.
What'd you get?
A joker.
Ooh, anything! All right. The goblins, killing the leader. I'm going to roll for their morale. Somehow they do make it, so they do stay in the fight. All right. The rogue will once again try to hide, so perception.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
That is going to be a 6.
That, unfortunately, you do not. He gets out of the way and attacks. He comes in with a sneak attack. That's 11 points of piercing damage as he draws blood from your backside, seen behind you. Okay, then the archer will move off to the side once again and try to fire an arrow, which does land.
Bring it on!
So, as you're distracted by the goblin behind you, that's going to be 7 points of piercing damage. All right, and you... Oh, no, the spellcaster goes before you as you turn to the top of the initiative. Once again, lobbing a spell at you. We'll say these are not very advanced spellcasters. It's not. So as you're taking arrows and you do manage to stop this using your psychic energy, using your body, stop this firebolt. So you're up now.
I'm going to, the rogue is he hidden still?
No, he's good. He attacks, so he's not
excellent.
hidden anymore.
So that's going to be another...
Big card.
I'm using my bonus action to play 2 cards. It will fizzle.
Okay. Just to get new, redraw.
Yeah.
War Mage from Vault Spire Secrets.
Okay, that's better.
Big damage?
No, I can't use it this turn.
Oh, okay.
So that's I'm going to again light up that arc blade on my Ace of Spades.
Okay.
And I'm gonna whack it around this guy's little head.
Okay.
And that is going to be a hit.
Okay.
What's his AC actually?
12.
12. So I will exceed.
At this point, you've kind of learned it based on how much.
I exceed by 5 or more.
Okay.
Because that is a total of a 24 to hit. So I'm going to do an additional. I'm going to do additional damage on this hit.
Okay. I'm assuming he's not going to survive.
That's going to be 16, 17, 18, 19 damage.
And using Arc Blade?
Using Arc Blade, and then the additional 6 damage jumps across, right?
Yeah, there's no one else.
There's no one else.
Yeah,
so.
but his body explodes in a jolt of electricity. Yeah, he's just charred and just shoots out all over the arena with the amount of like overkill damage you've done, and the crowd goes wild, just like. And you know how in baseball people like to catch the ball? People like to catch body parts and blood here and open their mouths for the blood.
I love that for them.
Okay. Yeah, this goblet is Buenas noches. All right. And that's all for your turn? You gonna move or any other actions?
No, I'll stay. Well, actually, I'll rush towards the sorcerer.
Okay, gotcha. All right, the archer goes now and is frightened by your display of power. He can only run away from you. So he just runs, goes, get me out of here! And back to the top of the round, the spellcaster, unsure what to do, just takes a step off to the side and charges up a damaging spell. Probably he summons all of his energy to fire a fireball at you.
Well, that's gonna be a dex save.
A dex save. He goes, my companion, help me!
And I did not make it.
You didn't make it?
There's no way.
Okay, so
7.
he kind of like sacrifices himself to Magubia to fire this fireball off. He dies in doing so. But it goes. It's going to be an average. We'll just do the average, which is about 21 points of damage, fire damage. So you're suffused in the whole thing. And the flames
feel
kind of
my
light up
flesh boiling.
Oh yeah, your
body.
new flesh. Okay, and we're back to you. You have advantage on this archer who's running away.
That's going to be a total of 17 to hit.
Firebolt, I assume.
Yeah, firebolt.
Yeah, it hits.
And that will be a total of. I will play a 3 of a kind to do 12 damage.
What?
Plus 10, 20, so it's 32 damage.
This firebolt comes in from behind, and the archer who's just literally fleeing for didn't even look back. Just, and he explodes into kiblets, and like body falls into the river Styx over there. And then there's a huge applause, and Kamal Khan steps forward and says, "Congratulations to our Doom Seeker, Vortex, the Half-Lithid."
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It looks like, people were cheering for the goblins at first, but they're not anymore after that display. And you are then...
I pull out my special deck of cards,
yes,
and I start doing some flourishes.
Oh, for the crowd?
To show off.
Okay, and then they knowing this, the producers kind of like put you onto like the main, like they make you larger, like a minor illusion, a major illusion in this case. Let's do your tricks. Ooh. God magic. And then after a moment, the crowd goes, boo! And then your image goes away, and the guards come forward and escort you back.
Okay.
Your first win at the Coliseum of the Damned.
Excellent.
All right, you head back down. Okay, you get 3 BP for winning.
Excellent.
And you get back to your individual training area. It's almost like, like your individual cell, if you will. And the rock is there.
Rock,
I heard you won.
I couldn't have done it without you.
That's what they all say. I think we're going to get you there. I put your chances at maybe 2 or 3%, maybe 4% now.
That's better than it was.
You know what time it is. It's training time, motherfucker.
Oh, don't I get to rest after my win?
Tonight, maybe. 2 hours if we're lucky.
Very well.
Unless you just want to go to bed.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
To defeat
the arena of the Coliseum.
the hobgoblins.
Okay. Tomorrow, we'll be fighting the followers of the Iron Voice.
The what?
The followers of the Iron Voice.
Interesting.
And you kind of cult and Acheron, elite warriors, and they arm themselves with metal and strange weapons. You'll see tomorrow.
I love that.
Extra prepared. All right, let's go. Faster. Enemies won't wait for you to catch your breath. Vortextrian. Vortextrian. Okay, and he goes over to his jukebox and hits it and puts on that good old montage music. Okay. As you drink your dwarven protein shake, All right, are you ready for the next day of training? Let's get you some BP.
Let's get ready to rumble.
All right, so the first thing he does is going to instantly not much warm, like a little bit of warm-up, but you're going to be actually doing, because he feels your exhaustion's gone away, you're going to be doing just strength training, like upper body, push-up, pull-ups, weapon drills, squats, lunges, things like that. So, all right, it's going to be a strength check. You can add your... so strength plus proficiency.
That is going to be an 18.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you make it through. It's just there's montages of you, like collages of you doing different kind of exercises. Lots of sweat. Yeah. That's 2 BP for that one. All right. So for the midday, you're going to do some tactical games, simulated combat scenarios, right?
Yeah.
It requires you to be like a strategic planning and thinking. And kind of against different scenarios and like dummies, if you will. So that'll be int for that.
That's going to be a 16.
Okay, 2 more BP. That's really good. Holy cow. Gonna be a lot of upgrades this time around. In your upgrade tree.
Right.
Okay, afternoon session comes around. So this is gonna be like a dual training. You're gonna combine your magical and your physical attacks and like fluid movements to make use both in battle like you have been doing. So. I love it. I love it. Okay, your choice. So, you want to use int, probably your best one. Oh, you use int to attack now, right?
I do.
Signature focus. Okay, that's fine then.
That was only a 12.
Okay, that's still 2 BP. Day 2, you're already kind of getting after it. In this one, instead of a cooldown now for the evening, you are kind of doing like a mental review. You use kind of visualization techniques in your mind. You're doing mental rehearsals of your tactics and spells, while Rock kind of gives you some guidance. So, int again.
Another 12.
12, okay.
Yes, 12.
2,
no, 13.
13, that's 2 BP for today. And after, so the training kind of peters out for the day. And the Rock, you're both sweating. He goes,
Wore you out, didn't I?
I will admit a little bit, yeah.
Thanks.
You got something within you, some special power I've never sensed before.
Oh, I've got something within me.
Me too. At least I used to, then I got kind of old, but anyway. Used to be able to go all night, I tell you what. Guys have changed.
I can give you something within you if you'd like.
It's been a while. I'm kind of rusty. But we'll see. For now, we got to train. That's all I'm being paid for.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Get to bed. You can't grow without sleep. Sleep well. Until tomorrow. Have bedtime. Okay. All right. You sleep better this time. A little bit odd still as your body's kind of acclimating to itself. You're half lifted. And yeah. So the next morning comes around quicker than you ever expected of just training all day. And here we go for the second fight in the Coliseum. Okay, and then as you make your way up to the Coliseum of Damned once again, what bloodlust powers have you taken?
I am going to be taking the restoration, as well as the increased, not might,
hit points.
Hit points.
Okay,
yes.
The fortitude. Okay.
So that'll bring my hit points up to 123.
You're gonna need it. And did you take Acheron Steel?
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. All right, we get back up to the arena first thing in the morning.
No, I only took restoration.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get right back in the arena. And as we do, the crowd is already cheering once again for the next day of battle against the Iron Voice. And Kamala Khan steps forward once again, and your patron is up in that skybox again, and he nods to you and recedes back. Vortex is back for round 2, making his way through the Coliseum.